versus Fnatic. It's a massive matchup here against two colossal teams in CSGO.
Oh,
Navi coming in with a straight-up rush B with looks at things. We'll see if it's going to work out for them. The flashbang ready to be deployed as Fnatic make their way over towards this B side. Here comes a flash, and in we go.
They're charging in. They want the fight already. Perfecto's gobbled up the flashbang. Boomich does stand his ground for the first. It's going to be a lot of early frags here. Do have the support of Boomich from Heaven. Electronic on site. Navi, you've got their pieces in the right place. But where's the fragging? Brollan, that's big. Advances forward. Will get the opening frag and should enable the plant.
You're absolutely right there, Alex. We'll see whether this works out for them. The bomb does go down, but it's a 3 versus 1 now. Brollan, he's amazing individually as he gets 2 headshots, make it 3. That's unreal. And now he's in a 1 versus 1 against the world's best. Simple creeps up towards the water, and now one more bullet will do it on either side, and it's going to be Simple to strike there. Amazing effort from Brollan, but it's not quite enough. 4 frags posted, headshots all over the shop, but he couldn't find the killing blow on Simple, and that will be Navi picking up the pistol there.
Oh, what more can Ludwig do? 4 kills. He's closing in for an ace clutch. Oh, Perfecto admittedly, though, was a big part of the Navi defense there. He gets 3 kills. That's almost his total on Nuke.
Yeah, we asked Blade coming into this one, what's going on with him? Why is his rating so low? The lowest in EPL at this point as well, considering he's a new young gun, a big signing for Navi after lifting the trophy in Katowice. We need to see more out of him, and those are promising signs in the pistol. A big retake coming through on the B side. 3 kills for him, and a force buy for Fnatic coming into this second round by virtue of the C4 plant. An extra $800 per player allows them to bring out Deagles, Scouts, and 1 single Krieg for Brollan. The specialist with the weapon, Alex. He is probably the best user with the Krieg right now in CSGO.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if he can pull Fnatic across the second round line. This is a force buy. Advantage firmly in the grasp of Navi. But to change that is the Krieg of Brollan. Only 1 rifle to rule them all. And 1 rifle to bind them.
It's all very quiet out there right now. Fnatic certainly not forcing the issue. Waiting for any sort of aggression here from the CT side, but they're being relatively tame. We've got 2 rifles on their side, 3 MP9s, a weapon that's had so much attention recently. The UMP's kind of dropped out of popularity. We don't see the MP7 anymore. The MP5 never really got a look in. It's all about the MP9. It's cheap, it's reliable, it farms up the money, and it's sustainable going future into those gun rounds as well. That's why Navi are relying on it here in round number 2. With 40 seconds remaining, it will be the A finish. All down to Brollan, really. He's got cannon fodder in front of him, and Crims hits a beautiful shot there towards the APC. That's their cue to go.
Yeah, this is it. That's it. Waving the flag, saying, come and get me, boys. Electronic has to push in, but it costs him his life. Good push from Flusher to ensure that there won't be a multi-kill from there. Flamey, however, gets himself on Optimus, and with 20 seconds, they have to commit to this site. Bomb in the grasp of JW. Flusher has to clear this out for his teammate. JW is already half health, and now he's got no one to hold his hand. It's going to go down 2-0.
Well, there it is. A decent effort there. Fantastic shot from Crims, I have to say. Not known to be a sniper. Brings out that scout towards long. Plucks off the head of the defending player behind APC. That's their cue to go. The smokes and flashbangs rain through. But still, Navi hold on strong. Deny the plant. And a full eco coming up here in round number 3. Alex, we're going to have $2,000 per player. So Deagles at the very top end. Crims will be bringing that out for Fnatic. And we've got smoke, 2 flashes here. Golden's opted for a lot more utility. So he's actually setting themselves up for a bomb planted. The smoke will ideally be used in a position where they can get that C4 planted. He's the in-game leader, and he's got an idea in mind. We are going to have grenades thrown toward those T-steps. The player's already passed. Speaking of which, it's going to be Electronic overlooking the gap, and JW punishes him for it.
Yeah, that's a good start, considering the state of affairs for Fnatic in this round. The fact that Golden's invested so much into the utility does suggest he felt like they could get this one done. And when you've got players that Fnatic do, yeah, a Deagle and a P250 probably is all you need, and some supporting utility in the leader of the Swedes makes a whole lot of sense. Clearing out towards middle for now, bomb in tow. Boomich will tuck himself in this corner. It's often checked, the plan being Simple can keep their eyes towards him. Doesn't want to let them charge into the site and overwhelm, and see they want to actively take those fights. They know there isn't any powerful weapons on the side of Fnatic, hence these aggressive lines. And speaking of lines, lines it up. Crims, a lovely 2 taps of the Deagle to eliminate Boomich.
A stylish way to do it as well, just inspecting the weapon, spinning it around on the finger, comes in for the 1 Deag, falls back, and now Simple, Krieg in hand. Deadly setup here, and the smoke Molotov flashbang combo designed to get this bomb down. It's not looking bad at all. Simple feeling the heat, actually has to fall back here, wait for his teammates, opts to move towards bank. Bomb only just making its way through, so this is fine. It's a 3 versus 4, but no armor on these attacking Ts, but the bomb will be planted.
JW, he is going to walk into the crosshairs of Simple. His repositioning paying off, but 3 members of Fnatic now with only Desert Eagles. It does look like an impossible retake for them to defend. I mean, this should just be a formality for Navi, and well, Simple is making it look that way. A triple kill, all of the bloodshed caused by him so far, and overwhelming. It's all onto flusha. They know where he is, or where he was, past tent. Simple is going to be the one on that defuse.
Decent effort again there from Fnatic, managing to get a couple of kills on the bomb down. Not the end of the world. 3-0 though for Navi. They lose a couple of players. They keep the Krieg in the hands of Simple. He's 4-on-1 right now as the buys come through. Don't need the AWP just yet on the T side. And we'll see if Simple wants to throw over the Krieg to someone else and take the AWP in his own hands, which he will. I like that. For this first go round, let's set the tone of the game. Get Simple online with that sniper rifle. Once he gets going, it's quite the show. If you haven't witnessed it before, I suggest you stick around and see what this man is capable of.
Yeah, and that's the lineup, in case you're wondering. The stop Molotov does make it very difficult, and a perfect example. Pulls out the utility of JW, throwing that smoke to suggest, imply he's crossed.
Yeah, that a player could have crossed. You're not sure if there's anyone in playground. Regardless, you always just want to extinguish it so they don't know that whether you made your way across. Crims will do it regardless. Bronan behind him. Remember, the specialist at Overpass here. They send him in first most of the time at the Krieg, and more often than not, he'll find the headshot. Looking for that first round, however. Slow default, good spam attempt towards short. Doesn't quite connect though. Simple holds the AWP towards long. He will have a run boost coming his way. Brolan to be launched over. Oh, he actually hits it. That's unreal. I can't stress enough how good you have to be to nail that sort of shot.
He saw his toes flying across his screen. Barely enough time to move his mouse. My goodness, that was fast.
That's like whole mouse pad, edge of the screen.
Slow motion. Let's have that in like, you know, minus 100 times.
The fact he even gets close to tagging it would be impressive. He actually hits the shot on a full run boost there out of nowhere. No flashbang, no telegraph signals, everything. Just down to pure sick skill.
Oh, man. In stark contrast, we venture into the Fnatic camp. Now, this was a full investment, all that hard work, getting the bomb down in the round before to get all the extra pennies. You can see Brolan invested in the Krieg, and good damage inflicted by flusha. He's going to be keeping the CTs honest. But Crims, he has to win this duel cleanly. He's tagged up Simple, but that's Simple on the AWP, and a nade and an AWP combined in quick succession confirms his fate. And flusha, not long for this world. Electronic ensures that 4-0.
Looking very good for Navi out there. Remember, this is Fnatic's pick as well. It's Dust 2 coming up next, so a great start. How the hell does he nail that one? When nice slow down, he can see how unbelievable it is. Chad, did you catch that one in the corner of your eye?
No, still working on a couple of last-minute technical issues here, Henry, and then I'll be operational. But both of these games have kicked on off on the second and third matches. Big is winning 3-0 over fours right now, and last check as I left the server, it was North winning over Complexity.
Well, there we go. We're going to try and keep you updated throughout the day. Chad Birchall, eyes in the sky, making sure that we get all the information we need as the day continues here. As we get to round number 5, it's a slower approach once again for Fnatic. They have got the bomb down in T-spawn, just waiting for aggression from Navi at this point. Spam towards short comes in again. One bullet connects towards Boomage, but he's absolutely fine to hold his ground.
I've got the North Complexity up on my screen, Chad, so I'll keep an eye on that one for you, and you can tell me when you're swapping and changing. We'll keep all that information in front of our faces. Now, let's see if the nade, does find the face of flusha. He's got one of his own, though, looking to rebound. I thought it was going towards barrels. It is just to stop the aggressive deep peek of Monster. Simple holding the close line of toilets. Now, he is vulnerable to that left walk up. I assume he has a teammate responsible for that. That's Electronic.
Smoke down. Strong time to do it as well. flusha trying to edge his way in towards B. He spotted Perfecto. No one's watching Shaw here. Pretty
that's amazing.
woeful scenes there for Navi. He snuck through and he's got away as well. That's not the setup they were looking for, and they're going to finish up towards A as well. So there's 3 players still here. They're all ready and waiting, and what's the play? They're going to boost behind the APC. I assume that's the players coming through. Oh, it wasn't so flash as a kill there. Still might be able to get up and do something with this, but I'll have to jump now. There's the jump coming through, and he can't get anything. The smoke's too powerful, and maybe Simple is as well. 8 seconds remaining. Where's this plant coming through? It's actually ending up towards B here, and the kill comes through, the most important one. That's Brolan defending the plant here as it goes down to a 2-on-2. Back and forth we go. Boomich making his way in from heaven. His teammates low. That's Electronic. He'll be coming in as well. Both players wave down towards the site. Kits available, of course, but no utility.
They have to be ready for this, you would assume, but Roland doesn't even pull the trigger. Golden doubled up, but his spray was a little off and still on that goose egg. 0 kills for the leader of Fnatic and another round for Navi. They've looked a little more rejuvenated after their long slog, as he's heard from Blade. Their game finished at 4 AM yesterday. It was a long battle versus Complexity, but this one looks like they're going to be starting and making short work of Fnatic's T side.
Yeah, they absolutely are. That's the best chance they've had so far.
All right, boys, this is what's going down the North versus Complexity game right now. The scoreline, as you can see right there on your screens, it is 4-2 on Complexity's map choice. Kirby last alive on a bit of a save round. I should be able to bring up the scoreboard for everybody at home here. You can see who the fraggers are. BlameF with 9 to his name. On the other side of things, Kirby with 6. That's what it's looking like in the North Complexity match at the moment.
Okay.
It's good to know what's going on. So just to bear in mind, all the games are being played today at the same time to make sure that no results can be manipulated or changed or people trying to get themselves in a more advantageous position. It's for fair play, essentially. I know it's difficult to keep up with all the Counter-Strike, but Chad will do his best to make sure that you get all the information on this main stream. You don't have to go anywhere as we continue with the main matchup. Navi versus Fnatic. Smoke and flashbangs through. Good shot from Brolan, and he will fall back through the guys of the smoke.
Yeah, nice move as well. You used the pipe's curvature to bounce him into that peak with a jump. That's hot.
Yeah, that wallbang attempt, it's getting closer and closer. Boomich taking a bit more damage this time, down to 62. Jumping up, just looking for any players there towards the short position. A couple spotted. 1 minute still on the clock. Flusher managed to thread the needle before the UMP, this time with the AK. Looking for any boosted players as they rotate back towards the middle position.
We've seen a couple of overpasses recently where it felt like there was only one site, Chad. You know, it felt like there was always B.
Yeah.
It was just B, B, B. It seems like Fnatic have actually going to remind us what the A side of the map feels like.
One of Fnatic's T-sided strengths is their individuals have no dramas taking duels on their own. They like to isolate these really strange fights, especially on Overpass because of the rotation. You know, you saw it in that previous round with 2 players over towards that B bomb site. Yeah. Meanwhile, there was 2 people fighting over towards A. Fnatic love that kind of approach.
And it's an approach that can be very, very suffocating as a CT if you're not winning your duels. Electronic is, though, and Simple's ready for a backstab. Oh dear, a missed shot. That could be enough for the site to be taken. Now Brolan's beheaded the 2 stars. Him and Crims in quick succession do make the frags necessary happen, and a retake for Perfecto. And Boomich on the AWP. It may just be Boomich on that AWP. He is close by, and Brolan, oh, he could get caught out here. He sees him.
Oh, Boomich doesn't want to give his position up. He still has time to work with this. The crossfire, though, looks too deadly. I think he's walking to the crosshair right now. Crims will take him down. Nice work there from Crims and Brolan. 3 for the latter as we get into the first round on the board for Fnatic here. Electronic, amazing work at this Krieg. Simple, though, only good for 1. Needed to find at least 1 more kill, I would say, to stand a chance there. But surrounded, isolated on towards that A side. And Brolan makes sure he made light work of Perfecto just to confirm the round there. It's their first right on the board, and we're going to see a Galil there for Flush Up. They've got AK-47s and an AWP for JW now. It's currently sat on 1-6. He has had these quieter starts into EPL series, but he always seems to bounce back. So now he has the AWP. I'm sure he'll be looking to get a bit more aggressive. As Simple, he'll have the same sort of mentality here. Just pushing up towards the CT steps, just behind the fountain for anyone crossing over. Looks like he wants to challenge towards the T steps themselves. Nails at least the confirmation of the T's there, but doesn't actually connect the bullets.
Good flash. Electronic. It is hard to spot a CT there, but when the flashbang is as perfect as that from Golden, eventually you will be spotted. Pushing now, you can see the CT reaction. Typically, upon conceding that early disadvantage, you have to make a move somewhere. This is the move from Navi. They clear out water, call it clear, but that could be all in vain given that Fnatic seem to be turning tail back to the second letter of the alphabet.
5 and 4. Still with 3 smokes. They're going to go for the B execution with 5 players here. No funny business, no lurks. And Broland will be setting up the smoke all the way here from T-Spawn. We'll follow this one. And I assume this is going in towards Heaven. Off we go. Full commitment now. Only got the MP9 on site. Flashbang's very effective though. It yields 1 frag, but surely that's it.
He did well to do 80 damage with 1 of his own. And now Flusher with his Galil connecting onto 2. This is not a guarantee for Fnatic, but it does look promising.
Might want to save the AWP and the M4 here. They've got no kits, only 1 smoke. Perfecto's low. I feel like Fnatic focusing this B bomb site seems to be working out for them now. 2 rounds in a row. Money's going to be very low on the CT side here, so they have to save that AWP. A simple AWP though, and Perfecto's rifle could be enough to win. I would say, considering the fact they won't have a massive amount of loss bonus built up, they'll probably go for the force buy here. Time will tell. But I would say, knowing Navi's tendencies, they probably want to go for this before the money starts to swell on the Fnatic side. They don't want to let them build up some bank. Want to try and still back this momentum. Decent attempt there from Boomich, but weaponry let him down a little bit. Gets that 1 dink on the second. About all he was worth.
Yeah, I mean, he did so well considering how much damage he took in the first fight, but this was Broland's catch. Great flashbang electronic. He didn't even get the chance to fire a bullet. This is not the first time Flusher has managed to exploit short and get himself 2.
Yeah, I like that from Flusher as well. Very fast pace towards Graffiti, managing to cut off the transitioning CTs there. They didn't have a chance to hit their knife out still as they were scrambling back towards the side.
And Henry, when you're playing CS, once you're taking that site, you can attest that pushing Graffiti does feel like quite the scary prospect.
Yeah, you have no idea what's around the corner, but Flusher, he's scared of nothing. They don't even go for the force buy just to know that. They are going to take the second stage loss bonus, have 2,400 going forward into the next round, and just try and buy up around that. It won't be ideal, but we'll see whether they can make anything work with the AWP and the M4 here. Currently, they're positioning the AWP on the A side of the map. Perfecto will be at the barrel towards B. He has been smollied out of position and has to drop his smoke.
Flusher's on a UMP again. This man and his SMGs is fast becoming one of the most interesting observations I can enjoy watching these guys play, because it's a different style of play. Watch Vertigo, watch what it seems to be Overpass for now, as he's happy to make that sacrifice with these lesser weapons, lesser in air quotes.
Perfect round 4 at this time. Farm that money, got 3 players without armor.
The dream.
Yeah, could be enough. Smoke for Monster from Simple. Looks like he threw that.
It did look, it was very rushed, but
yeah, that's what you get. If you throw it like that, you got to line them up properly, otherwise it does absolutely nothing for you.
No reason to rush that, really. I guess he's just looking for style points. It's a little to the left of the dot, so you can't rush it.
Yeah, it looked wrong just even for my sense. I haven't thrown that in about 5 years, so.
And the Golden yet to frag. And lingering in the smoke is electronic. This is a proper rascal play, but he will go down. And Golden finds his first, immediately silenced. Simple issues the gag order.
Well, Perfecto is there with the M4, but it's such a one-and-done position. As you'll see, he doesn't even get the kill, but it will be followed up by a team frag. So as good as done, as we'll see a 3-on-3 ensue to Simple. Get the wallbang shot, not quite. Good effort to be fair, but it looks like this round will be falling in favor of Fnatic. There is maybe a twist as the damage comes through from Flamey, but that's about it. Simple now in trouble as he has to hold on to the AWP. He fancies this. He's going for it, Alex.
Oh my God.
1 versus 1 against JW, who has the AWP as well. HP no longer a factor. They don't know if he has a kit or not. Making his way towards the side here. He actually might have this. If he comes around pre-firing this corner, he's going to be taking down JW. The first defuse attempt comes through. We're under halfway on the C4. JW confirms the bomb has not been touched, and he's absolutely fine to win the round. About the kit now, Simple will just have to fall back. He has been bested this time, even after finding 3 big kills.
Fnatic, I mean, every team that plays against Navi is going to have a round or 2 like that, where you sit there screaming to stop peeking.
All right, guys, jumping into the Complexity versus North game quickly. Blame is in a 1-on-3 situation. It doesn't look like much in the context of the game. However, North, they were on eco here. They've done a fantastic job to make this interesting. 45 seconds left on the clock. Blame will find 1. I don't know if we'll have time to see him find that second. All right, we can focus on this one.
Oh, no, they did buy up into it. I beg your pardon. So
well, let's jump back in, but we'll see if Blame wins that. I'll let you guys know.
Well, there it is. So, we'll keep our eyes on it. He's still in the clutch scenario.
Looks like he's saving an AWP right now.
Well,
doesn't want to try and go
okay,
pick
so
up
it's
the
good
bomb.
we got off that.
Yeah.
All fine. So we're going to have Nades in it towards T-steps. Nades been a little bit off today, and we'll see Flusher get the 1 frag. Not too bad considering he's just got the UMP. Again, manages to find 1. We always say 4 and 4s favor the T side, so the fact it didn't cost much more than an SMG, they're probably absolutely fine with that. It's Perfecto again, taken down early on towards that monster tunnel. Having a bit of a rough time with some of the more aggressive plays from Flusher. He's an unpredictable, normally within Counter-Strike, I would say. Not many other players will approach situations like him.
No, not at all. A unique presence. And a pop flash for Golden. Checks it all out and calls water clear.
So, under a minute here. Flamey, we're on board with him. He's got the incendiary. Flashbang. Currently joined by Boomer, she's got nothing. The execution towards the short area, Monster coming in momentarily. You can see them flooding through Monster. Boomich good for one so far. It's Flamey that goes down with nothing. Still a 3-on-3, but now Boomich isolated. Needs a bit of backup here. 30 seconds on the clock. Huge frag coming in towards Shore. Smoke is decent. Actually leads to a frag here. Can they get this bomb planted? I'm not so sure. Boomich has got great positioning, but Crims gets one through the smoke.
That looked really promising. Jump shot from JW. I think he wanted to get on the lip of the box to stabilize, and oh, he's dead. As soon as he touches the bomb, Electronic can push. A fantastic defense. And all members of the Navi squad, Sans Perfecto delivering. It was Boomich's double, though, that I think took the wind from the Swedish sails.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. Navi are yet to lose an Overpass with their roster, winning 2 out of 2 with victories over Godsend and FaZe Clan. Yes, the roster has only been together about a month or so at this stage, with Perfecto coming in, and they've had some good results, I have to say. It's not been bad, winning the Katowice trophy, Alex. It's a pretty good one.
It's not bad.
And for your first big event, that's not a bad one to pick up.
It's not too shabby. Of course, Fnatic, when Flusher returned from his hiatus around 8 months, they won their first LAN event as well. So Navi, Fnatic, some parallels in their storyline, albeit with a rather unique twist for each. Going to be flashing his teammates in. Golden's got the pop flash. There you go. No excuses now. You know it. And 2 of them flying in as well. Not going to be affecting Flamey. He's tucked in, and they've got 2 players leaning in. The Flamey's playing this so well. There's no way they check it. And now completely grey screen. He's just ripped them out of the server.
Here he comes to close things out as well. Flamey with a very impressive hold. Strong as you like there towards the monster tunnel. 7-3 as they take back the advantage here. Money now broken for Fnatic. A very convincing play with the MP9 to keep things off. Gets that AK-47 out just to close it out here. Smoke dissipates. Guaranteed frag to JW. Had to reload. And that's a very, very promising situation there towards the B side of the map. Might dissuade them from heading there for a few rounds as they take the eco. Not really much to report. Some deagles, armor for Crims, 1 smoke, few flashbangs. We saw this setup before with an A finish towards the end. So it might be more of the same here as JW. Bravely makes his way through the flames, taking minimal damage. Flusher still holds towards B. Has been finding those picks, so might as well keep going. Fires off the deagle this time. Confirms they're on a low buy at least.
And we saw Fnatic actually get very close the last time they had exactly this kind of buy. It was Deagles and utility for Golden. They got the bomb down in 3 kills, as far as my memory serves. Good way to keep Navi's CT economy honest. It's often a very fragile state of affairs for the CT side, so this is always important to just do as much as you possibly can. That's the investment of utility starting to show. Golden with a smoke just on that corner to stop people holding that close angle for the walk-up.
Yeah, the Guardian angle with the AWP, just to allow them to get up. Nade's pretty decent so far. Fnatic getting battered and bruised on their assault towards A.
They boost over it. This is cool.
Yeah, but it's such a nice setup here. I don't think they'll be able to get Electronic out of position. He's got the AK-47, joined by Boomich as well. He'll take the majority of the aggro at the start. Towards long, though, he might find himself in a bit of hold bother. They are going to see Crims fight back here. 2 kills found and the bomb to be planted. The AWP shot still not connecting on that wallbang.
Yeah, I mean, this is more than they could have asked for.
Yeah, and they can actually win this round now with JW actually picking up the AK-47. This is not a guaranteed retake for Navi by any stretch.
Time. Plenty of it. They're not in a rush just yet. There is no smoke. There is kits. And the flashes are starting to run dry. Golden on the site will have the info once pushed out. Perfecto does hit the must-win fight. Flusher playing close, he will be checked out, but just body shots, he chips away at 2 of them. JW's rifle could connect. He's been found by Flamey, but he's found the first as well. Defuse coming in, and he's just called the bluff. It will not be around for Fnatic, but damn good damage inflicted.
did absolutely everything he could there. I like the call from Navi to stick the defuse. When he gets that first kill on the 1 versus 3, there's already 2 seconds gone in the defuse at that point. He'd have to swing out, nail that kill before Simple could actually take him down there. It's more likely he's going to take the gamble that you haven't gone for the full defuse and to sit back. So nice work from Fnatic to get the bomb planted. Same approach we saw before on their last partial buy. Few smokes down, flashes over, couple of deagle kills, bomb planted. It assists them going forward. It means they get an extra $800 per player. Going into round number 12 here, you see JW bringing up that sniper once again. Only got 2 kills to his name. We saw this in that opening game here at EPL. JW struggling with the AWEP. Couldn't really come online. Doesn't seem to be working on this first half, but the CT side is where he can really step up and show what he's made of, so not too alarming just yet, but the scoreline starting to get a little bit out of hand here. 8-3 on their pick.
Well, that's a very good point. The top left, of course, if you're looking for that information yourself. And top right at the start of every round. Bomb retrieved now, Fnatic. I will remind you as well, Brolin had 4 kills in the pistol, so over the course of the following 10 rounds, he has been a relative non-issue for Navi. Wow, not even double zoomed, Simple. Long range, one of the longest duels you will have, CT to T. And an effective monster smoke, that's the one Simple was through its desired location.
Opening pick found. Time ticking away. See Brolin there. Still with the flashes available. He throws on in towards the flower bed position. Electronic ready and waiting though. He's got the M4 in hand. Slight pixel gap for Simple. Looking for players crossing over here from middle. 3 players towards his position. One spotted now. Definitely dead. That's the bomb. Golden offs it up, but Brolin answers back. 3 on 3 again. 3 on
4 as Boomich's health is deceptive. Just a tiny scrap of health remaining. And now he's done it again. His timing is impeccable. Flusher sneaking out short, always catching one with a nade in their hand. He's got another one. They're rotating the bomb in. 5 seconds and Flusher's got a triple kill.
They can't do
4, 3, no time, no round, despite the heroics.
Oh, it's such a good effort as well. I was loving what he was doing, but I knew it would be in vain. They were still in connector when 8 seconds was reading on the clock there. So unless they threw themselves into the bomb site, Navi
win
the round.
Throw it over the wall, maybe you boost and like chuck it at him.
That could have been something, I suppose, but they were really unfortunate there. They didn't expect Flush. You can see now, 15 seconds he gets that first kill. Time is ticking away, and his teammates are galloping in from the connector. That's it. The round could be theirs. He gets all of the kills required, but eluded by the timer.
That's what Flusher was saying.
Oh, damn. Well, it's unfortunate for them. They did do significant damage to the finances. Simple looking to recover. He does have flames down towards the short area. Does he swing on this? JW is there with the AWP as well. This is a big battle now. Flash received and still willing to challenge. Simple now looking for that first pick. Misses it. Has to get the hell out of there.
He does, though. Well, to disappear completely, giving them that... Just a reminder that there is always Simple in the server. He's fancying an aggressive one for a second. Vecto to be tested. You can see him trade from Flamey. Will only go 1 for 1. Still favors Fnatic and extended. Simple, his attention was drawn. JW can strike, and now there's more where that came from. Heaven, the next port of call for the CTs. Only 2 remain, Electronic and Boomich now heading towards Graffiti. Got his aim trained exactly where it needs to be, and the dry beak from Boomich will be slapped away like a measly fly.
Well then, Electronic, what have you got up your sleeve here? Hoping to take a few bodies down with it. The Molotov, though, should confirm things. His only point of access now will be towards Heaven. He has got a smoke and a defuse kit, but it looks like Fnatic have got this one under lock and key. First shot will be delivered from Crims, and it's a successful one, and he will get the 4th round there for Fnatic. Round 14 coming up. Been quite a first half for Navi so far, considering it's the pick of their opposition. I would say a save for the final round is on the cards here. 9-6 could be a nice recovery for Fnatic if they can find it here. Electronic, good shot towards JW, pretty much all he could find. Crim to close things out, knows the angles, and we're going to find ourselves here with, I would say, an eco, but they brought out the auto shotgun, 5.7 Deagles. They've gone for an all-in full send-it, and we'll see whether this works out. Simple really is bringing the shotgun into his repertoire recently. This wasn't a thing he was ever known for, but the last month or so, it started at Katowice, Nova shotguns, auto shotguns, you name it.
I believe
seems to be experimenting.
The tweet was, if you think the Nova was trolled by you, wrong.
You wrong. I was wrong.
You were wrong. And
Do you think he was calling me out for that?
I don't think it was you. I think it was probably the thousands of people that tweeted him saying, "Oh my God, stop
all
trolling."
I said was like, "That's just not a shotgun you see every day."
Yeah. It definitely wasn't about you. Much more probably the thousands of people that were upset that he was.
Sure, I understand what you mean. Yeah. It was the last round of Mirage, I believe, on the T side.
Exactly. And Nova, but I think the game plan was boosting him window and getting a weapon. As you actually theorized during the cast, good damage from Boomich, but not enough to make this round count. And Navi forcing into this one, Chad, I presume, was a questionable, worth discussing?
It's like we said yesterday with Navi.
You can't
every
question.
economic decision that we would normally say is good or bad goes out the window with this team. We'll still critique it and say probably wasn't the right call, or, you know, but they make more questionable decisions as far as the economy is concerned than a lot of teams out there. I can give you a quick update. Just we don't have to jump in the game, but both of the other matches on Mirage ended 8-7 scoreline, so they're very, very close and down to the wire over there. And to keep in mind that North versus Complexity game, look, as we've already said, everybody can still qualify, but they are the ones in the more unlikely situations. Obviously, if they win, it's what they need, but they also need other results within this group to go their way to be getting on
the
through.
teams in their head-to-head to lose, etc., etc.
Precisely.
So we do see Simple maintain his auto shotgun. We saw him going fast towards short with his AWP. Maybe he could be whipping us out something similar with this spawn. He is going to be throwing it out, actually. Perhaps he's going to be gifted. Oh, a second one, no less. 2 auto shotguns on the stars of Navi. Now we're talking. Now, this is a way to end a half, Henry. The double auto shotgun on the Navi star players.
Certainly a contemporary setup here. We'll see if it does work out for them. Not something you're used to seeing here at this level of play, but the auto shotgun on Overpass, I haven't seen it too often. I'm happy to be showing how powerful it can be. That's all I can really say about it. Let's see what they've got in mind. Electronic burns to a crisp down to 46. Few bullets coming in his direction as well as he holds towards the connector. Good position for it, but that wall bang really has been a nuisance for Boomich. And Flamey now through the corner of the wall there. They've done so much work here. Close to 150 damage as we'll see them make their way towards the B side potentially. 4 players leaning on this side of the map. Bomb on the back of Golden on your screens right now. 3-11, not his biggest performance so far, but in this final round, if they can get 9-6, which is looking very likely, I would say that's a reasonable half. It's your pick. No reason why you can't step up on the CT side and run away with it yourself.
It's silent for us, not silent for the teams, of course. A manic communication as they try and put all their pieces in the right place for the assault from Fnatic. Stacking 4 of their team towards this site. And so it comes down to investigations, information, and of course, the fundamentals of fragging. JW catches a glimpse of Electronics jiggle. And another nade. More damage inflicted. They're so squishy. Golden will find the first. That's effective. Into the site he goes. Another chance onto Flamey. More damage inflicted. Fnatic are starting their commitment.
Yeah, I think we might be done here in the round. It was a nice attempt here from Navi in the final few seconds, but the auto shotguns weren't quite enough, quite underwhelming. I guess they want to take a bit of time off after the tournament. It seems like they're relying on their old system, but as time goes on, each day passes, we are seeing a new look Navi come through.
And indicative of that kind of stationary phase for Navi is the fact they keep picking dust too. Their map pool isn't going to develop too much, considering they're in these rather intense games every single day so far. JW does catch a bullet to start things off, and Underpass is now under Navi rule. It's so much easier to cast when I've slept. Holy moly.
Yeah, it does help, doesn't it?
God, I've got a full 9 hours under my belt. I feel like I can, the words I'm saying make sense.
Yeah, the sanity's coming back in, the Madsion, they're calling it right now. And it seems like everything's starting to work out.
Madsion.
Yeah, that's what the public are calling it. It's more of a social experiment than anything else.
We're going to go mad, I think.
In German, that means girl. So...
Madchen. Oh, okay. Mädchen. I mean, it's a little
It's the same. The way I pronounce it.
Yeah, that's not the way the German people necessarily pronounce it. Their language, what do they know?
So that's the way we're saying it. So here we go then. A site is looking very likely for the finish here of Navi. They did get an early dink on JW in the connect. That's why he puts himself in towards the Goblin corner, we're calling it now.
I bloody love goblins.
Yeah, goblins.
Hunchback, underdogs.
Exactly, and he's got 10 HP. trying to do his best. Will have to fall back here, and that's going to be the first frag found. But the bomb has been dropped. Lots of time board there. The rotations will come through, and the headshots are to be delivered here. Brodan looking very strong indeed. Flusher is arriving from the bank, but he will withdraw.
Yeah, missed shots on Simple. That was a high priority target. He continues to frag out, does get chunked down to 50, and Flusher will finish all onto Electronic to dunk, and he's only got 9 seconds to plant that bomb. It feels impossible. They could just push him together. He fakes it. What is that? He just wanted to get the hope that they were both cowering on the staircase, but it will be Fnatic's round. 7-9. We'll put Navi on the back foot. We will likely see this gap close now to 9-9. And I'm crossing my fingers and toes that this is going to be a bit of a barn burner. An update from that Complexity game, since I had it up, it looks like Complexity are only 3 rounds away from picking up Mirage. 13-8 at the moment.
Wow.
Damn.
Looking
North struggling.
Will the smoke connect this time? Of course it will. We're going to have ourselves a full eco here for Navi, buying up in the 3rd round. No bomb planted there, even though it could have gone down, I guess, due to Perfecto, but doesn't work out for him. Smoke down deep in T-steps. That buys a lot of real estate on the
Yeah, and it's also very obvious that there is someone pushing up. The fact that it's just bouncing so far.
If you hear the double bounce like that, it normally means they've right-clicked it. So yeah, he can take an educated guess there. He's right behind that smoke.
$700 spent, and another frag for Simple. His Deagle, despite Crim's best efforts to try and bait the fight on short with his USP shots, he just gobbles up a 50 caliber round delivered by the man who blew our minds in Katowice. He knows there's a potential for the CT push-up, and he's ready to slap JW down. A big first blood, and then some. 2 bodies drop now.
Yeah, this is actually the eco, remember, Alex. They only had a Deagle and some Glocks coming into this one. Huge frag there once again. 4 versus 2 now. Flusher and Golden scrambling back towards the A side. He's going to be flashing now at the CT steps. Gets himself up towards the truck. He has no utility. An SMG up against 4 players, but they have no armor, remember. He can chew through them with the Yump. We'll see whether this works out for him, as they'll be flashing their way in towards A. The bomb still making its way towards Connector, though. So they're actually going to try and attempt a fake here, Alex. You can see the bomb by Connector at this point. We have got Flamey. Actually, he's the one who's going to be making his way through to the other side of the map, confirming that it's going to be Golden still towards B. So now they know exactly where he is. It was more of a fact-finding mission than it was anything else. So there it is. Should be confirming things. A full eco victory for Navi off the back of a P250 and a Deagle.
Simple has done this, I swear, at least once in every Navi game we have casted. They aren't supposed to be winning the ecos. It's supposed to be chipping away, you know, setting the groundwork for your eventual gun rounds. But this is how it started. A fantastic opener onto Crims. 1 bullet from his Deagle. Flusher swings out and just meets his demise. And the 3rd, cherry on top, just to completely and totally confirm it. That's going to break Fnatic after winning the pistol, conceding the 2nd. They are now forced to force themselves.
Yeah, boots on the other foot. This one is actually a lot more painful to receive. If you lose the pistol, you get $1,900 with the new money system. If you lose the 2nd follow-up, you're going to get $1,400 in round number 3. Really not ideal scenes here for Fnatic. They've got CZs, scouts, really limping into the round here. They had to drop the scouts and work out what they could do with this. Right now, 3 pistols, 2 snipers. Lose this round, they'll be 11-7 down, and almost certainly 12.
Trying to give Navi a taste of their own medicine right back. Do you have something you visualize when I say taste of your own medicine? Because I always think about Calpol.
I always think of like some 1930s doctor, like with a big, like, you know, those big like silver wheels on their heads.
Yes,
you know
of course, like the disc, like a CD.
That sort of thing. That's what I think of, and he's like got an old bottle, it's unlabeled, it's like purple syrup sort of thing.
I've got like Mary Poppins in my head.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Spoonful of sugar.
My mum made me, I don't know if she made me. I watched that way too many times as a kid.
Yeah, man, it's a brilliant film. Chimney. No, Chad? I thought I could start you off with that one.
Chim-chiri.
Thank you. That's all I needed. shots connecting. Simple opens up another round, and they continue to tap away at heads.
We noticed it yesterday that Simple's Krieg in particular, he's been doing something in the laboratory as of the last couple of weeks. I don't know what it has been, but it just looks extra crispy. He's been really refining that particular weapon, it seems, and it's really reflected on his performance on the server.
It could be something as simple as not only him, of course, working on it individually, but also just, you know, keeping it. Typically, probably when he has the Krieg, if he's not buying it himself, just throwing it off to the other candidates.
Remember, against Complexity yesterday, he only had 10 AWP kills across the 3 maps, right? So it goes to show you that it's happy to have 5 rifles out there. This is the Simple I want, not just you have to AWP every single gun round. When we need it, let's bring it out and bring it into the system. That's when it's required. Like Counter-Strike is a strange game. There's no rules to it. You can play it any way you like. And if Navi are looking efficient with their 5 rifle setup, especially when they're exploiting the Kriegs in the way they can, why not get on board with this system?
And I mean, I can't think of a better best of 3 to display that you can play it any way you like than these 10 players in the server today. I mean, this is a prime example of just not only necessarily innovation, but just inspiration. All of these players do have to have their own taste, their own lick of Counter-Strike.
Well, Fnatic likely to get licked this round, I'm afraid, Alex. They've got the full eco coming up. Crims will be bringing in CZ and Armor. Must have saved that from the previous round, I'd imagine. And then we've got full eco for the rest of them. It's going to be 12-7, pretty much guaranteed. They're going to stack B. The only way they win this round if Navi just straight up rush that area, which we're seeing less of, thankfully, after 5 years of begging and pleading on the commentary booth. They have stopped rushing B across the board in CSGO when they know they're up against pistols. So that's good to see.
Not in the matchmaking games, though, Henry.
No.
There's always someone with a great deal of confidence saying, rush B, guys, it's gonna work.
The CZ's on the other side, the first kill comes in, the panic ensues.
You start all eating a flashbang, you're in the tunnels, you're facing different ways, you're like, it's a disaster.
Yeah, so good to see that. The ideal way to approach these ones, just get information. Information is key. We'll see whether they can work out if it's aggression, maybe there's a force buy. Then you can use that information to your advantage and then capitalize upon it. That's the way you should be closing out these rounds instead of guessing and hoping for the best. So that's exactly what they're doing right now. Looking for intel around the map. Navi do have mid-control. They've suggested they're going towards A. They're actually falling back towards Connector for now. Boosted up in towards that position just to look if anyone has got behind them. Still flashing towards A. 50 seconds remaining. Remember, USPs, 1 CZ. And they've gone for a 5-man stack on A now, so they've completely gone against their initial setup.
Yeah.
While this full eco is going on down, Blame F and Poison just won a huge 2-on-4 versus North to get them up to their 14th round so far. The score is 14-10 in favor of Complexity. Blame F has 27 kills to his name and 22 for Poison, so those 2 individuals are showing some form.
Who's picked this map, Chad?
This is the Complexity map choice. We'll be moving on to North's pick next, which will be Nuke.
Wow, okay then. We're fully up to date. Boomich will be posting the first frag of the round here. Only 13 seconds remaining, but the B side is clear, and everything is all well
His
and good.
spray, I'm telling you, man, he will hold this down now. He's so accustomed to it. He doesn't feel the need to be shooting from the hip for some of those fights. He's just got the spray control mastered from that scope position. Something, of course, Brolin has an affinity for as well. Boomich not going to lose his rifle. That was the only real threat to the end of that one. So 12-7, Navi just 4 rounds away from securing Fnatic's map pick. And when we described Fnatic's Overpass, I believe the words were that it is one of the very best in current Counter-Strike. At the moment, though, being exploited by some hard hitters from Navi. You can see 21 for Simple, but he's nicely partnered up with Boomich and Electronic.
Well, there we have it. Simple 21 kills. That's not bad at all, is it? We are going to see them going into round number 20 here. The buy finally available for Fnatic. No sniper available to them. 2 for Masters. In fact, you see Broline trying to get a bit aggro here towards the playground if possible. Sits behind the fountain for now. Realizes flashes are coming in and Electronic is as well. Tries to make his way back. And unfortunately, he doesn't do so in time. Broline removed very early on in the round there. Lovely shot from that Krieg once again. It's just looking brutal out there, but they will pull one back. Crim's off towards shore. Will at least enable them to find a 4-on-4.
JW is ballsy. And he can't choose his targets. He gets them both. Oh, humiliation. Electronic was bouncing around. A Goliath stomping, but still JW does manage to adjust.
Even after assuming he got that first kill, have to readjust, go back to it, and still nails the second. I don't know how he pulls that one off, but he'll take it all day long, and there's still a kill back in return. The round's back. up for contention. We'll see a 12-7 scoreline in a 3-on-2 here. Big round, money low for Fnatic. Very strong for Navi. We'll see if they can recover this deficit as Flusher looks to challenge from the bar from here. He's going to swing through. Timing could be good here, and it is. Perfecto taken out, and no trade potential.
Only thing Boomich has got going for him is that he's got the bomb, time, and, well, he's going to make sure that there's a few minimum Kriegs going to the CT side. A very, very viable weapon for the CT side, and he's willing to try and go for this one with just the FAMAS instead of that powerful weapon for the CTs. Makes sense. Smoking off towards the bin. He's going to get jump spotted now by Flusher. The Molotov will, however, flush him out rather appropriately, and the bomb will go down. Boomich has done well to get something out of this round. A bomb plant, a kill,
Winnable.
a clutch,
Yeah.
maybe?
If he sneaks through this smoke, I think he might be onto something.
God, the timing.
He could catch him going towards Bank just as they start to look away from that position. They'll check it in the end. Very good awareness there from Crims. You've got to wake up pretty early in the morning to catch him out.
So as this defuse comes in, we can bring up the scores on the doors over there with the Complexity versus North game. Now, the ADR I want you guys to ignore. I've been jumping between games. That hasn't been collecting the full data, but you can see the kills, the deaths, the assists. It was a 16-10 scoreline. In the end, there, Blame F with 31 frags to his name. So,
And Poison performing as well, James.
yeah, that's a big haul there. On the side of North, it didn't feel like anybody was really letting the team down. You can see there's not a huge spread right there in terms of the kills, but we will be moving on to their map pick of Nuke coming up soon.
This is the JW first. So he tags him up, thinks he's finished Simple. I would too, considering how many bullets were released there, but still catching Electronic out by not being, he wasn't anticipating contact at that point. That is how he managed to get away with that double. And it's time to see if Fnatic have got anything left to say. This will be the 13th for Navi if the Swedes fall. What's the call? Brolin, relatively aggressive. He just wants to get that deep nade out, and woof! Simple. That lands right on the top pocket. Oof. That's some good wallbang damage. My lord.
Yeah, well, there we go. A chance now for Fnatic on this investment. It's the scout that opened things up. First player goes down as Simple. It was Boomich in the previous round fighting tooth and nail to even get close to a round victory. Enables him to get at least a plant and a buy up into this round, but money was tight on both sides. Fnatic, even with full investment after a round victory, will find a few compromises here.
It's interesting to note as well that the only reason JW gets that kill, wins this early advantage for Fnatic, is because of Brolin's HE. That fast nade, it softened him up for that scout duel. Otherwise, JW's dead and Simple's still alive.
Yeah, we talk about the importance of utility damage. That's why we're trying to make it more of a focal point this season. I think hopefully as time goes on, we're going to add it into the main scoreboard itself and just kind of track that and see where it's coming through and see where the big names will be kind of contributing, not just only in frags. I feel like we don't give them enough praise.
Especially considering just how influential it is on the rest of the game.
Yep.
Unbelievably so. Astralis, of course, raising our awareness to that was one of the many facets of their dominance in 2018. Charging in is Boomich. Will clear out Optimus. There is some CT presence, but it's minimal, and it's only on that bin. Knocked out by a smoke for now. Plant on the truck, some bullet through the smoke, but it still is not the main body of the retake. One from Long, and he is a big part of this assault. Brolan, he's not going to be taking contact initially. He wants the T's looking the other way, and they are, all three of them. It will be a Fnatic 9.
Well, they didn't see that one coming, did they? It's the Krieg and 3 Skittles lined up. He just knocks them right down as Brolan will find 3 kills at the very end. Fnatic back on their feet on their map pick here. Huge round for them to pick up. Haven't quite broken the back of Navi financially, but they'll keep 4 players alive here. And Navi will have to go back to the drawing board. Will we see the Simple Orb come out now, considering they've given up a couple of rounds in a row here? He's got the money to do so, is $6,500, but doesn't necessarily have to. Here's the replay of JW's Scout. Just through the gap there with a bit of an assist from the HE and then a Brolan spray down to close things out. 22 frags to his name so far. And in terms of Simple setup, he does go for the AWP in the very last second there. So going to be mixing things up. 21 kills so far. Nova shotgun, if I'm not mistaken, for JW after winning 2 rounds in a row. I couldn't tell you why that's happened. It's got to be a misbuy. There's no logic behind it. Flusher could even drop an M4 for him still. Why he's gone for a Nova now, I just don't know. He's the master historically of the shotguns with the sword off, the only player ever to use it, really.
Yeah.
Chad, have you ever seen anything like this?
Well, it is, look, not like it's a crunch moment in the game by any means, which is a must-win. And Perfecto, he's going to be happy with that. He gets 2 off the back of it. So it's great stuff if you're a Navi fan.
Yeah, but what? The Nova Shock, you have $4,000 still on Brolan. He invested in it. He chose to buy that weapon that round. And it's led to this. I'm not saying it's the only reason, but he definitely could have done more damage with an auto shotgun, perhaps. Let's maybe spend a bit more money. Either way, it's going to be a 4 versus 1. Flusher will be the last player remaining and almost has no chance of winning this. It was such a massive round. I just don't think there was any justification there. So, Flusher, 45 seconds. Bomb will make his way towards A. His only real objective now is to try and hold them off, and Boomich will deny any possibility of that. 13-9, and after those strange investments, this will be a timeout. I'm almost certain for Fnatic. They've got to get their head screwed on after those sort of moments. So, Chad, we noticed this the other day with JW, right? He was having those weird opening moments against Big. But you've got something else for us here.
Yeah, we got the Fours versus Big scoreline on the screen here. This is the second half. Big have won both pistol rounds in this game so far, but the streak of rounds that Fours had in the first half on their CT side to get back were rounds that were quite dominant. They were keeping, 3 to 4 players alive in quite a lot of those within that string. And as you can see here with the scores, once again, ignore the ADR. We've got Xe Power and Jerry putting in a bit of a workshop over there for Fours.
Well, it's that first kill for Flamey. See whether they'll keep the momentum going here on the T side. If they get this round, call it done. There'll be no money left. You can see them operating with barely nothing here with just the MP9s, CZs, and the FAMAS.
Bomb loose towards T-spawn for now. God, conceding an early frag in such a crucial round of the game.
This one does decide the outcome. More so if Navi get it, like they win this map.
Fnatic's last chance, Saloon and Flamey will avoid the CT aggression.
I like that from him. It's so important to think about when you're throwing your bit of utility. Is this worth it? Is this actually going to do anything? Now, the fact they've already swung off like that suggests they won't do it again. Throwing a Molotov, sure, it guarantees that fact, but will it do any damage? Will it actually have any sort of knock-on effect? No, it won't. So he holds onto the Molotov there smartly, instead of just thinking, oh, I've seen someone, let's just throw everything I've got in that direction.
Let's react. There's still 30 seconds of play, and that Molotov could be a part of the puzzle.
Just to know, JW down first again. Like, he's having one of those games. That's why I thought it was interesting in the first game against Big. Yeah. He was the same thing. He seems to get frustrated if he doesn't get going. We see these signs from him, which could lead to their demise. Perfecto opening things up here. This is the MP9 battling. Only got a few bullets left in the clip here, and it's going to be removed as we get into just Golden. But he's got a chance here. 9 seconds remaining. Just got to dance around this pillar. Not going to be enough. Electronic will get him. Decent effort, but they don't win the round. They're left at $2,000 per player.
I've just taken a look for you guys in terms of the opening duel statistics for JW at this point. He's been involved in 7 opening duels. He's only won 2 of them, which means he's lost the 5, right? So that's the quick maths right there. I just want to point out, though, we had this from Boomich earlier. He was hemorrhaging lots of opening kills when we were watching him yesterday, especially on that Inferno map. And I think it's just the volatility of their playstyle, right? If it works, it looks brilliant. It looks great. We love it. But when it doesn't work, it looks silly, and it's like they're giving away an open advantage time and time again. And if we just cite back to that interview we had with Samuelson, the coach of Fnatic, a couple of days ago, he said with JW, he can either win you a round or lose you a round, and I guess we're seeing a bit of that here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and he certainly is contributing to the losses in the last couple of rounds. Some interesting financial decisions for the Nova shotgun, going down first a few times at this point. FlameF drops 31-12 against the Northers here and wins map 160-10. There you go. Confirmed. We already had it, but nice to get it on the screen for you, some visual representation as we'll get into round 24, 14-9. They have to go for the bye here, Alex. They can't really recover a 59 deficit. So here we go. All in. Not really much to report apart from CZs and an M4, and they're getting aggressive here on the CT side.
Let's see if this is it for Fnatic on only the first map, but their map pick, as you've highlighted. Pushing up towards Connector. This is promising. He has audio cues. He knows there's one lingering above it. Perfecto responsible for holding, but I don't know why you'd need to leave the bomb at such a vulnerable chance for that information from the CTs, given the fact that they are, of course, on that forced buy. It's going to be just the pistols and a rifle for Golden. first push Flamey was waiting for, and you can see you don't really have to do much more than
There's
wait.
another one. Add that one to the tally.
So that's
Same
2
player.
wins and 8 losses.
Six losses.
Six.
Chad, if I'm the in-game leader of this squad, I would just say, get the F back at this point. You're dying first every round. Stop this. Like, it's not working.
The problem is when it does work and then they win games off of it, you know, they're not going to
this
tell
is
them not to
3
do it
rounds
then.
in a row now.
I definitely appreciate that. I just think that the way that Fnatic is built, they're not happy, but they've obviously considered the fact that they will lose games because of this, right?
Yeah. Well, they might be able to recover this round at least. It's going to be a 4-on-3. Nice shot from Crims, but back towards B they go. There's actually a bit of a stack towards A right now. Golden will make his way back. The only rifle on this side of the map has had an okay game so far. He's 10-7. Electronic listening out for rotations. I think he's been brought out here, and he absolutely has. Flush against him. M4 had to find at least one here. Now the bomb will be planted. They have no kids looking for map points on their opponent's map pick. Crims, AK-47, makes his way out of the smoke here, getting a little bit chaotic with the Molotovs thrown. And this is his strike now. Crims has to come through, and he has been taken out.
Excuse-moi?
Most of it's in the kneecaps, through the edge of the smoke.
Just as he had a walk. So now Flush up to clutch to save Navi, and with that bomb ticking, he's just going to have to walk it out, accept his fate, and put 15 on the board for Navi. Looking very, very promising for the team that started this league 0-2. Group B continues with its twists and turns. Fnatic, admittedly, 3 wins already under their belt. There's a whole lot more riding on this for Navi, but if they want confirmation, the Swedes do need to pick up a win in the next 2 games.
Well, they've got a Krieg to try and assist them here on Overpass.
Games.
And we'll see whether this is going to be enough. JW 9-19, 10 kills for Golden. It has fallen apart. Broland's put in a solid shift with 22 kills there, but they're going to need 6 in a row now after force buying 3 rounds back-to-back at this stage. They'll have a saved Krieg, so a bit more bite to it than you might expect, but still 3 pistols, 1 for mass, and it looks likely to be the first map in favor of Navi, with Dust 2 coming up next. Flash over from Broland. Doesn't commit to it. Trying to hold them off. Flamey looks absolutely destined for a kill here. Does take reasonable damage on his route, though. Spamming through the wooden boards here. They need any advantage they can get. Any damage would do. On the back foot here. Hanging off the ropes. Fnatic. 6 rounds in a row, and it all starts here.
Certainly a unique perspective that Fnatic have when holding B. Their ex-teammate Olof Meister memorialized on the very site they hold. You can see the graffiti on Crims's POV right there. A Molotov defuse. Hansi was casting that one as well. Shout out to Lauren.
It's a throwback, isn't it?
Yeah.
Different times. Simpler times,
Different
perhaps.
team?
Yeah.
Now, of course, Brolin was probably, what,
7?
14 when that happened? Nice work from Boomich's nade. Looks like Fnatic, their hopes and days are numbered. A good tap from Flusher into the first, but the trade was so swift that that's one of their hardest hitters now gone. And with 30 seconds, I would say that means they have to commit, but Navi have been known to really take every single second they can, and then perhaps some seconds that they can't as well. Simple will make his presence known. Crims avoids that flashbang and hoping to exploit. The sound cue was enough for Simple to back away, though, and Crims will meet Boomich as he's on his 24th frag.
It looks like it's all said and done here. Broland is good, but this would have to be epic. The bomb hasn't been planted yet. That actually could be a problem. 4 seconds.
He's done it. He won the round.
He's done it! I don't believe it! Fnatic take the round with Broland's nade. Boomich did it all. A quad kill, and it's taken away from him by a nade from Broland. $300 well spent.
That's insane.
All right, boys. Well, over here, things are getting interesting as well. You can see the scoreline, 15-11. Here's the scores on the doors for you. Exi Power still doing well on that side of things. And Zentaras and Tabson, they're doing the lion's share of the work there for the big roster. As we can just take a look here. It's just a bit of a default spread, nothing too crazy. Let's get back into the action.
Yeah, action is a very fitting word here, considering what we just saw. It looked like it was absolutely over. We're packing up the... Well, not the peripherals, it's got a few maps to come, but at the same time, it felt like Fnatic were just out of it. 1 HE will save them, but still, they are going to need a lot more where that came from. Now just 5 rounds in a row, but you can still see it's difficult, labored as they make the round towards into 26. You can see they've got FAMAS's, Scouts, MP9s. Need to win this one cleanly before we can start having that conversation that the comeback is on the cards.
Oopsie. But yeah, the comeback story for me is not going to start until I see Navi lose some of their funds. And Fnatic actually grab a couple of those Kriegs. Then perhaps I'm willing to bend the knee. See those Swedes overcome the adversity. Interesting to see Simple back away, repositions towards Party. We'll see Brolin responsible for holding toilets, and that flashbang would have been perfectly timed. Instead, wants to keep this one passive.
Brolin now responsible for 3 players in front of him. A lot going on here with 30 seconds. He managed to save the day before with 1 single kill. Can he replicate that sort of level of performance? Apparently not. It's going to be Perfecto to remove him. This could be it now for Fnatic. Their map pick with Dust2 coming up next doesn't bode well at all. Smoke's coming through and Flash had just left FAMAS here. Molotov's raining in. Flash is coming in too. He is being put against the wall and he's taking a lot of damage, and that should be it. Surely this is the one.
Surely. There's no nade towards the site this time, despite Brolin's heroics. A tag and a frag.
Again,
JW. Maybe, just maybe, we could be seeing this one again. Flamey's making me doubt it. And so is Boomich on site. Golden desperately trying to change my mind, pushing in towards the site, but 2 players with no kit, no weapons, and no teammate for Golden now. This one will be Navi. 16-10 confirmed for the first map of this series. Day 5, last game of the group for these teams. Navi do find the first of the series.